Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm Allison Cornelius, and this is my husband, Rob. We're members of the Tualatin Oregon Stake. We'd like to spend just a few moments talking about one of the most important subjects we know, these boys and boys just like them growing up in each of our communities.
Our local Cascade Pacific Council of the Boy Scouts of America, for which I'm happy to serve as the current volunteer board president, benefits more than 21,000 boys, about 40% of whom come from the 24 stakes and nearly 200 wards and branches in our area.
Not long ago, our youngest son, who wore uniforms like these growing up, put on the ultimate uniform, that of a full-time missionary. As we said goodbye at the Missionary Training Center, the anxiety that only a mother can feel faded away as I realized that he was prepared, for the most part, for what awaited him.
As we drove away from the MTC, like with his two brothers before him, I was thankful for all the church leaders, teachers, and programs that helped prepare our sons for the Melchizedek priesthood, receiving a mission call, and making temple covenants. And my gratitude extends to the Boy Scouts of America, a decades-long church partner, a relationship reaffirmed by President Thomas S. Monson and the Brethren just a few months ago.
Impossible to measure is the great good which has come from this organization during the past century. Skills have been learned, values have been established, good deeds have been done, and lives have been enriched.
To our family, the Scout motto of Be Prepared means preparing young men for a lifetime of priesthood service. With just a few precious years before they go from here to here, we need to help them develop the skills necessary to face the world on their own.
As societal challenges grow day by day, it comforts me to know that President Monson, Elder Jeffrey R. Holland, the church's Young Men General President and Primary General President, and many current and former church leaders all sit on the BSA National Executive Board. They're actively involved in Scouting's decision-making today. I sustain the Brethren's reaffirmation to lock arms with our partners in Scouting after a tumultuous period this past year. The BSA National Executive Board, to protect Scouting's mission, amended its policies in part to avoid near-certain insurmountable legal challenges that could have severely disrupted the Boy Scout movement. What did not change, however, is that the BSA expects those who sponsor Scouting units, such as the church, to appoint Scout leaders according to their religious and moral values, in word and deed, and who will best inculcate the organization's values through the Scouting program. Scouting stands apart from many schools, youth clubs, and sports teams by requiring that its volunteers register as members and pass youth protection training, including strict adherence to 2 deep leadership policies. I can assure you, as council president, we always have and will continue to make the well-being of our boys our primary concern.
Over the last year, our stake and ward primary organizations have done a remarkable job inviting non-LDS boys to participate with our Cub and Webelow packs. A few months ago, I was heartened to learn of an 8-year-old boy's grandmother who asked a primary president to come and teach her family how to pray because her grandson wanted to lead a prayer in Cub Scouts like the other boys. We hope wards will continue to open their doors and actively welcome non-LDS boys and their families into their programs, especially at a time when LDS Scouting may be even more attractive to families looking for faith-based units.
Brothers and sisters, our Cascade Pacific Council is the only council in the entire country that has committed valuable resources to staff a full-time director of LDS Scouting, who assists and trains LDS members set apart to serve in Scouting. We pray we can continue to receive sufficient funding from local LDS members, like you, to maintain this unique service. Every dime of your Friends of Scouting donation stays right here in our local council to benefit our boys. Every single dime. Our council receives no government assistance.
We're happy to lend our financial support to an organization that's focused on helping a young man learn his duty to God and country. As we look at these boys and these challenges they'll face, our family has decided that Scouting is a wise investment.
While it costs our council about $200 a year to provide the blessings of Scouting to one boy, We ask that participating families consider a Friends of Scouting gift of $100 per boy, but we appreciate any amount you can give. For those who don't have sons or grandsons in the program, even $25 or $10 goes a long way. And if you're in a position to give more than the $100 per boy, please do. Your contribution helps us provide scouting to more kids in our community, including at-risk youth.
Brothers and sisters, whatever your experience with scouting up till now, do you agree that no other youth honor is more highly regarded in society today than the Eagle Scout Award? I believe our neighbors still value the principles that scouting and our church hold dear. Being helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, brave, clean, and reverent. I believe President Monson when he says, quote, "If ever there were a time when the principles of scouting were needed, that time is now."
For over 40 years now, I've served on the National Executive Board of Boy Scouts of America. I believe in scouting. I believe in the goals of the organization. I believe in the power of scouting to bless and enrich lives for good. I'm honored to be associated with such a fine organization.
In closing, let me share what Elder Holland, speaking to those of us at an LDS gathering at the 2015 BSA National Conference, said, quote, "We need to pray. We're going to need God's help, but we'll have it. The BSA will need God's help, but they're entitled to it. Good will prevail, truth will triumph, and bless the lives of young men in generations to come." End of quote. We thank the priesthood leaders who've allowed us to share this message with you. And on behalf of the Cascade Pacific Council and our 21,000 youth, thank you for your generous Friends of Scouting contribution and your support of Boy Scouts of America, this most unique partner of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.